Hello, I'm Linda of Lady and the Frogs. Always frogs. I thought I'd come on and just show you the video that I have finally done for my eBay shop. And I don't know why it has taken me so long to film this thing, because it occurred to me to do it months ago and I never did. And then they started doing the thing where you can put videos onto your listings. And I started doing that and I never went back, and I never did the one which was for the shop, which was the one they originally did. So I'd seen the video that Mel from Back from Burnout had done, and I'm sure a lot of you had. And then I just thought, right, let's just do it. So I did it this morning, and it, just like she said, even though you do YouTube, it just took a lot longer than expected. And I have got loads of stupid outtakes, and trying to do 1 minute of footage was so difficult to do. And all the editing and splicing, and even doing that and then saving the file. The first 2 times I saved the file, it was under the megabytes that they were asking for, because they asked for 150 megabytes or a minute long. So my first video was 101 minute 2 and 164 megabytes. So I sort of spliced it all down, and then I got one that was 97 seconds long. 57 seconds long, and was 147 megabytes, and that was still too big for the file for some reason. So if you come up against that problem, I only use, and I mean it must be very obvious to my people who watch my videos, that I only use basic software which I have on my laptop to do my videos. So the editing, it gets very convoluted when I do it. And when I went to save it, it was just, obviously the file size was just too big. So do your video, restart the computer, then save the file. That's what I did, and then it was okay. So I have had a little flurry of sales since it's gone live on my eBay store. So yeah, I would really recommend trying it. If you don't have the confidence to go on camera, just do some stills and lay over some music. It's really easy to find non-copyright stuff, and just do a few stills like you do on an Instagram story. Just write stuff on it and just put a bit of music over it. That's all you need. You can edit it all together on the basic software that you have on your computer, and it's dead easy. So don't overcomplicate it, just get it done and it will make the world of difference. But here's the laugh for you now, here's all my outtakes, and then hopefully the final video will be on there too. So yeah, okay. So yeah, thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoy. Take one. Welcome to Helga Betty's Secondhand Stardust. I'm Linda. I am the one-woman show behind my eBay store. I tend to sell Lego, which is the vintage Lego. Ah! What the fuck? Take 2. Hello, welcome to Helga Betty's Secondhand Stardust. I'm Linda, and I'm the one-woman show who runs this eBay shop. I mainly sell used clothing, but there is some new with tag stuff, and I also concentrate on selling vintage Lego. So when I say vintage, I mean pre-millennium items, so generally 70s, 80s and 90s sets, because I was a child of the 80s, so I remember having these at Christmas myself, so I know what I'm doing when it comes to setting these sets together. This is too, look, it says a minute long. I want to do the clapperboard. I ain't got a clapperboard. Take 3. Hello, welcome to Helga Betty's Secondhand Stardust. My eBay shop mainly, just look, you're coming across as a take 10. Hello and welcome to Helga Betty's Secondhand Stardust. I'm Linda, I'm the one-woman show who runs this eBay shop. Mainly what I sell is secondhand clothing, pre-loved clothing, and I also like to sell vintage Lego, which a lot of it is a rarity, but I do put the sets together, and I put a lot of care and attention into making sure that it's got all the pieces there exactly as you would expect, and checking them against inventories. I remember them from the 80s myself because that's when I was a kid. So when I say 492. Hello and welcome to Helga Betty's Secondhand Stardust. I'm Linda. I'm the one-woman show behind this eBay shop, which
Take 497.
Hello and welcome to Helga Betty's Secondhand Stardust. I'm Linda. I'm the one-woman show behind this eBay shop, which mainly sells clothing and classic vintage Lego. So when I say classic, I mean 70s, 80s and 90s, which is when I was a child growing up, and these are the sets that I remember. So I'm very familiar with checking them, and I always list any issues that there are with it. So
Clapperboard, go!
Hi, I'm Linda. I'm the face behind no.
Take 5.
Hello and welcome to Helga Betty's Secondhand Stardust, the shop. Oh!
Clapperboard, go!
Hello and welcome to Helga Betty's Secondhand Stardust.
Take 7.
Hello and welcome to Helga Betty's Secondhand Stardust. I'm Linda. I'm the one-woman show behind this eBay shop, which mainly sells clothing and vintage Lego. When I say vintage Lego, I mean pre-millennium, as in the 1990s, 1980s and 1970s. And if I can get a bit earlier, which is really rare, I'll try. But all of the defects and any issues that I have with any of my items, clothing and Lego, they're always listed. Why am I talking about defects?
Take 7.
Hello and welcome to Helga Betty's Secondhand Stardust. I'm Linda. I'm the one-woman show behind this eBay shop, which mainly sells clothing and vintage Lego. When I say vintage, I mean pre-millennium, so the 1980s mainly, and 1970s and 1990s. Everything that I sell has been thoroughly checked, and any issues are always in the listing description. With clothing, I always put the measurements in, because obviously pre-loved clothing, sometimes it's just not what it was when it was brand new. But you will always get a bargain in my shop, because I do run daily auctions. So whatever day it is that you come onto my shop. So whatever day you visit my shop, there will always be auctions that are ending and new auctions going live. I also post within 1 working day of your received payment. So the service that I provide is fantastic. I mean, it is just me. And so please have a look around in my eBay shop, and thank you for visiting Helga Betty's Secondhand Stardust.
Take 7. You already had take 7.
Hello and welcome to Helga Betty's Secondhand Stardust. I'm Linda. I'm the one-woman show behind this eBay shop, which mainly sells clothing and vintage Lego. When I say vintage Lego, I mean 1970s, 1980s and 1990s. The stuff which I remember when I was a kid growing up in the 80s. So the unique selling points of my shop. Hello and welcome to Helga... Right. Hello and welcome to Helga Betty's Secondhand Stardust. I'm Linda. I'm the one-woman show behind this eBay shop, which mainly sells clothing and vintage Lego. So when I say vintage, I mean 1970s, 1980s and 1990s, which is the stuff which I remember when I was growing up in the 1980s.
Take 9.
And welcome to Helga Betty's Secondhand Stardust. I'm Linda. I'm the one-woman show who runs this eBay shop, which mainly sells secondhand clothing and vintage Lego. And when I say vintage Lego, I mean 1980s, 1970s and 1990s, pre-millennium, the stuff which I remember growing up as a child of the 80s. My shop is fantastic. You need to come and buy.
Take 5,782,000.
All my Lego sets are carefully checked for parts and... All my Lego sets are carefully checked against inventories, and any issues are always detailed in the listing descriptions. And that's the same with any other listing, especially the clothes. Oh, you said M! All my Lego listings are carefully checked against... All Lego sets... Bing!
Take. Huh?
All the Lego sets are carefully checked for the inventory contents, and any issues are always detailed in the listing description. As is the case with clothing, all the measurements are always in the listing description so that you can check that the fit is as expected for a pre-loved garment. Hello and welcome to Helga Betty's Secondhand Stardust. I'm Linda. I'm the one-woman show who runs this eBay shop. The main items that I sell are secondhand clothing and vintage Lego. When I say vintage Lego, I mean pre-millennium, so 70s, 80s and 90s sets. That the stuff which I remember from when I was a kid growing up. I was a child in the 80s. So I put a lot of care and attention into checking the inventory of these, and all the sets that you've got will be checked, and any issues are always detailed in there. The same with my clothing. I always put all the measurements in there because with pre-loved clothing, size does change. I post within 1 working day of received payment. And the other great thing about my shop is I run daily auctions. So you will always find a bargain in my shop. So thank you for coming, and please look around. Hello and welcome to Helga Betty's Secondhand Stardust. I'm Linda. I'm the one-woman show behind this eBay shop, which mainly sells clothing and vintage Lego. When I say vintage Lego, I mean 1970s, 1980s and 1990s. The stuff which I remember when I was a kid growing up in the 80s. All the Lego sets are carefully checked for the inventory contents, and any issues are always detailed in the listing description. As is the case with clothing, all the measurements are always in the listing description so that you can check that the fit is as expected for a pre-loved garment. You will always get a bargain in my shop. Whatever day you visit my shop, there will always be auctions that are ending and new auctions going live. I also post within 1 working day of your received payment. Thank you for visiting Helga Betty's Secondhand Stardust.